Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing our 6-month update review on our Ninja Creami ice cream maker. Do we still feel the same as we did back then? Well, stick around and find out. So you ready? Let's get into this. One quick note about our review process. Everything you see in this video is based upon our own observations, critiques, likes, and dislikes. That may or may not be the same to you, so what we recommend doing is after you watch our video, go ahead and check out some other videos as well, just so you get a little bit wider range of opinions. That way you can make a much more informed buying decision, and that's really the most important part. Like I said in the open, this is a 6-month review update. If you'd like to check out the original review, we do have it posted on a card right up top. Just to give you a quick rehash of what we talked about before, back then we didn't like the price coming in at $200. We felt like that was a little bit too expensive for a machine like this, because basically what it's doing is it's processing your ice cream after it's been frozen. It's not a machine that can actually do the freezing for you, which is what you'd get with a compressor-based ice cream machine, or even the manual ones where you have the crank on it and you have to load it up with ice. Those machines freeze as you go, and what you end up with is something closer to a soft serve ice cream, but it also churns it the entire time, which really is the point of ice cream. That way it'll churn in a little bit of air, it'll keep it nice and fluffy, and you tend to get a really good product. The one thing with those machines though is if you're not really into a soft serve style ice cream, the finished product is going to have to go into the freezer for a couple of hours to firm it up a little bit more for you. And that's really about the way all home ice cream makers have worked, all the way up into the advent of the Ninja Creami and the more expensive Precautions. Using the Ninja Creami is pretty simple. All you need to do is first mix your ingredients, and if that requires cooking, you can go ahead and do that as well. Next, you need to go ahead and let those ingredients cool down. That's not really talked about in the manual too much, but the Ninja Creami pint containers are plastic, so I just err on the side of caution. Next, you go ahead and put the lid on and put that container into your freezer until it's frozen completely through. That can take someplace between 24 and 48 hours depending on what type of ingredients you used. After it's frozen and you're ready to eat, all you gotta do is take it out of the freezer, put the creamy pint into the pitcher, put on the lid, lock it into the machine, and push the button corresponding to the type of mix that you put in. From there, it just takes a few minutes to spin your ice cream, and when it gets done, you should have a really nice finished product. Depending on what you're using, and especially if you're doing something low sugar or low fat like we are, you may have to respin that once or twice if it comes out looking a little bit granule. But in our experience, we never had to respin it more than once or twice at the most. That right there is something that we didn't really care for too much when we originally reviewed the product, and really it was because it's so much time to prepare ice cream. Granted, there's two different ways to look at that. You can either get a whole bunch of creamy pints, make a whole bunch of them off, freeze them all, have them all sitting in your freezer, and then you have ice cream ready to go anytime you want it in the future. One of the downsides of that could be freezer space, depending on how large your freezer is. If you've got 3 or 4 of those in there, it does take up quite a bit of space. If you're the kind of person that wants to kind of get the kids together, or you just want to make it for yourself, and you want to do it right now and have it ready in maybe 2 or 3 hours or so, then you're not going to want to use something like the Ninja Creami. You're going to want to use a compressor-based ice cream machine, because that's the only way you're going to get it done in that time frame. As far as price goes, when we did the original review, the Ninja Creami had just come out and the retail price was something like $229. Now it's still right around $200, but sometimes you can find deals for it all the way down to $129. It just kind of depends on the store and what deals they have going on. In our opinion, if you can get this machine around $175 or so, it's a pretty darn good deal. Here you can see the blades are actually docked in the bottom side of the lid, and that's where they stay when the machine's not in use, thanks to a little spring-loaded mechanism. When you lock the pitcher into the machine and start it up, you can see this rod up on top here will spin and move up and down. Right here we went ahead and ran a cycle with nothing in it so you can see the movement of the blades. We sped this up a whole lot though, so you can see them actually move up and down. This process usually takes about a minute or two. One question we had about this machine that hasn't quite been answered yet has to do with that rod. You can see that most of that rod stays up in the inside of the machine, and that rod comes up and down while the machine's in operation. I have to make the assumption that it's got a really good seal around that rod to keep ice cream from getting up inside the machine, because there's really no way to extend that rod and clean it. If it's got a rubber seal up in there, that should take care of it, but we're not 100% sure about that either. As far as the quality of the treats that we've made on the Ninja Creami goes, over the last 6 months we've made a lot of stuff in the Ninja Creami the best of which were pineapple sorbet, some double chocolate gelato, a really great coffee milkshake, and we also made lots and lots of sugarless ice cream. Some of the ones we did were coffee ice cream, some white chocolate chip mocha, and some really good vanilla mint. And I'll tell you what, the finished product you get out of this machine is really, really good. I mean, this stuff was better than store-bought ice cream in both texture and flavor. That's extra impressive when you think about the fact that everything we do on our channel is sugar-free. Also, we try to keep everything on the channel as low-fat as possible as well. And when you're talking about making ice cream like that, you're taking away the cream and putting a whole lot more ice in there. Usually that results in stuff that's really granule or really chalky or both. If you've ever bought sugar-free or non or low-fat ice cream from the store, you know what I mean. One thing that was a little bit of a pain in the neck was the milkshake function. With that, you're still making the milkshake in that same 1 pint container. You wouldn't think that would normally be an issue, but if you're using the Ninja Creami to make the ice cream for the milkshake also, which I'm going to make the assumption that you are, you have to remember that you don't have ice cream until you process that pint, and until then you got a big solid block of frozen ice cream. Once you go ahead and process that ice cream in the Ninja Creami, now you have a full pint of ice cream with no space to pour your milk in. So you end up having to remove about 1/4 of it so you can pour in the milk. What we ended up doing when we did our milkshakes for testing was we processed the creamy pint, scooped out all the ice cream, then we set it aside in some Tupperware in the freezer until we were ready to work with it. Then we ended up scooping about 1.5 cups back into the creamy pint, topping it off with some almond milk, and then processing it from there. It worked fine and made a good milkshake, but it is something you gotta kind of think about whenever you're using that function. Another thing you really need to think about with the Ninja Creami is durability. If you look in the user guide, you'll see that there's very specific instructions about the kinds of fruit you can use for sorbets and the settings you need to use if you're doing a light ice cream. For the sorbets, you gotta be careful because you can only use fruits in there that don't freeze totally solid. If you decide to use canned fruit, you also have to make sure you're not using stuff that's packed in water. It's gotta be packed in the syrup. The reason for that is if the water content's too high, everything is going to freeze too solid, and when you try to process it, you run a real big risk of breaking the machine. The same also applies to ice cream. The two main ingredients normally for ice cream are sugar and cream. Cream has a really high fat content, and that'll keep it from freezing too terribly solid, and all that sugar will help in that regard as well. However, when you're talking about making light ice creams like we make here on the channel, we typically use really low fat milk, whether it be almond milk or oat milk or Kroger Carb Master milk. Also, we're not using sugar, we're using monk fruit sweetener. I'm not really 100% sure whether that freezes harder than sugar or not. In any case, you need to take all that stuff into account to make sure you don't hurt your Ninja Creami. As a result, I have seen quite a few complaints from people online that have had their machines break on them. Whether that was a problem with the machine or misuse or whatever, it's really hard to say. But at the end of the day, it is pretty evident that you have to be extra careful with this thing. Some of the complaints I heard were the pitcher getting stuck in the locked position, the lid cracking from pressure, and I did hear of one person that said that the motor failed. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Also, another thing I did notice back when we did our original review was the noise. The Ninja Creami is pretty loud when it's processing ice cream, and if you're processing something that's a little bit harder frozen, you can definitely hear the motor straining a little bit more. But for us, that hasn't gotten worse over time or anything like that and still seems to be perfectly fine. Just for your reference, here's what the motor sounds like. Keep in mind that our audio is edited in these videos, so it's not going to be a great representation, but you'll get the basic idea. So what do we think about the Ninja Creami ice cream maker now? Well, it's still a little bit on the expensive side, but there are definitely deals to be had on this machine from time to time. We're still not super thrilled with the durability aspect, and we have seen quite a few people complain about that. But we've used ours a lot, and it still works perfect. As far as the complaints about it go, it's a little hard to say. It just really depends on people's circumstances and exactly what they're trying to do with it. And I don't have anywhere near enough information on those to make a judgment call on those particular cases. So you can see it sounds like we still have a lot of the same concerns we had about this machine back when we reviewed it originally, except for this. The results that you get out of the Ninja Creami are undeniably fantastic. And because of that, even with the inconveniences and concerns, this machine has really grown on us. And for us, it's going to end up being something that occupies counter space for quite a while. If you'd like some more information about the Ninja Creami, we do have it linked down in the description of the video. Also, if you want to see some things you can make with it, we have quite a few recipes for it here on the channel as well. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about us, you can watch a couple more videos, or you can check us out online at joesphenomenal.com. I thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me, and I can't wait to see you back again here really soon. So until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.